For some of you who have heard our reviews before. And what did we go and see, Stuart? What did we go and see?
New Star Wars film.
Yeah, man. Potentially the last one.
Nah, it's not gonna be the last one. They're not letting that cash cow go.
It depends how this one made.
Shite.
Oh no! What happened?
Yeah, man.
What happened?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, I remember. And to me, anyway, like as a Star Wars like fan, or I don't know how to categorize myself, because like as a Star Wars person, like who loves so much of the old stuff and a little bit of the prequel stuff, this was depressing, man.
It was.
Yeah.
Like this was Game of Thrones season 8 of Star Wars.
Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, literally. That's what it was.
I know it wasn't following up anything good.
Yeah.
But like The Last Jedi, it was a shit film.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it was funny. It was kind of like there was like the prequels. They're not good. But I can look back fondly because it was funny.
Yeah.
Because it was how shit they are. This one was just bad and sad.
Yeah.
Sad because of how bad it was.
Yeah, or like average at best. Some points. At some points it was.
I ain't going average. It was the laziest piece of writing I've seen in quite a while.
Yeah.
Like everything about it.
Yeah.
Like straight what we said, like straight from the beginning, when you get the and the style
the text scroll, yeah.
And then the text scroll comes up. Like it sounded like a fan fiction.
Yeah. Emperor Palpatine's voice has been heard around the galaxy. Da 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 da.
Rey is training to find his voice. And Kylo
Ren
is also angry trying to find his voice. What? They just plucked this out their ass.
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
Like, why would Kylo care?
But also just
that much anyway.
Like, that's not been set up at all. It's completely random.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just suddenly go back and say, oh yeah, by the way, the Emperor's voice has been heard. They're not even going to show that. They don't show that. People,
they don't. Yeah.
This is what's happening, by the way. It's like, okay, cool. I guess we'll just ignore everything else and shall we? There's some bullshit in.
Literally, the first scene is just Kylo just looking for him, and I thought, because originally the way the film started, there was like a battle scene where Kylo's fighting in some alien planet with the First Order.
Yeah, that started somewhat strong, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I thought that was like, a small rebel faction base trying to stop the First Order, but no, it was just a couple of natives protecting like a Sith artifact. That's a way to find the Emperor. But in hindsight, retroactively looking back at it, like that's a terrible way to keep a secret where you're building your Sith army. Like, I'm just gonna put my Sith artifact that tells all my secrets in this little planet that can barely defend it.
Like straight away, you've got the MacGuffin of the film, which is these stupid pyramid things that have never been mentioned before.
Yeah,
it's just, and suddenly there's this secret Sith planet we've never heard of before, and this is like a map. It felt like I was watching some National Treasure or something. They got to find the artifact to show them the way to get to the secret kingdom, and because. Like we said, it started off kind of cool.
Yeah,
I just liked seeing people get dismembered and stuff.
Yeah,
I was thinking, shit, maybe we'll go slightly more mature with this one. But it fell apart pretty much immediately after that. When it goes from that to some weird ass party in the desert.
Yeah,
like...
yeah. Going back to that whole Sith pyramid little thing, right?
Yeah.
This is the geek Star Wars fan me come in. If you didn't see like the expanded stuff, like the comics and stuff before, in the comics there are these things called Sith holocrons where they store like information about the Sith and stuff like that. So it's like a memory device where you can store your memories and stuff in it. But obviously, like in the films, that was yet to be like shown. Like you said, it was never shown in the films at all. it was shown in the cartoons, but only people like who've seen the cartoons like I did would recognize. Oh, that was a fan service moment basically.
Okay.
But I'm happy you said that because it was not explained properly at all how that thing worked or how it was there.
And why is I don't understand. Like they had to find this stupid dagger, which like showed them where to find
the other
pyramid
one.
to get, like to find the thing. It was such like a
and somehow this dagger was made in alignment of the fallen Death Star.
Yeah, that was some bullshit, wasn't it? But
yeah. Do you remember that the person who wrote Batman v Superman wrote this film as well?
Yeah, he said. I didn't mind Batman vs Superman though. I know everyone shit.
And he wrote Justice League as well.
Oh well, that was shit. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why they keep giving these people more chances. It's so lazily written.
Yeah.
I think that's like obviously as we said, you've got the main this MacGuffin which is driving the plot along, which is just kind of stupid. But then
he gets to the planet.
Every single thing that happened, every single bit of threat or obstacle they had to overcome in this movie was just they solved it with like some ex machina shit where just a random character out of nowhere would come in with like the solution to it. It's like they didn't solve a single thing themselves in this film.
No, they just went along with the plot. They didn't like their actions didn't have outcomes or consequences that developed the story.
No,
it was just there for the ride.
There was a lot of bullshit going on. Yeah, like when they like as we said, there's just some weird desert party, which is it felt like the Ewoks in their forest.
Yeah,
it's just.
I'm not gonna lie, I liked how they were dancing though. It looked fun. I'm sorry. That's just cheesy Star Wars in me. The way they were just doing their own little electric slide. One hop this time. just in their own native alien language. And
it was just random though, wasn't it? Like when they fell down the pits and there's like this Harry Potter ass.
There's the snake,
who like Rey befriends and
by healing him
and heals him because she's Jesus now.
Jesus powers,
And it's like this is so weird, man. What the fuck are we watching?
I know.
Like where is the star and where is the wars? We're just doing some bullshit.
It was more, like I think like you said, it's more like Indiana Jones.
It was like I thought it was like Harry Potter. Those bits. It felt very Harry Potter in places. It's like we were watching fucking Chamber of Secrets or something.
Oh yeah. And those three, I like. It's funny how they were trying to sell their friendship in the beginning, like Poe would come in like, we need you out there. You're the best pilot we got.
Yeah.
And then Ray's like, I'm training. What did you do to Han's ship? Why is it on fire? And then it's like, what did you do to BB-8? And then Finn will be in the middle of them like, guys, please, let's stop arguing. We're friends.
It is quite. It's always been quite. Like I feel like Finn and Bo have a real connection.
Yeah.
But it's like their relationship with Rey's always felt quite contrived and just forced.
Yeah.
Like it's just. There's no like I know she's the Jedi and she's the chosen one, all this bullshit, but like why are you friends with her? She's awful. She's so annoying.
Yeah.
And like it just doesn't feel natural at all.
It felt weird when the moment like Rey was training in that planet in the woods, Leia was watching, and then she just hands back Anakin's lightsaber back to Leia. And she says, "Oh, I will earn this, Master."
Yeah. Oh my God. What was that about?
That was so cringy. He's Master.
But yeah. Well, yeah. Let's get on to Leia then, because I know obviously respect to
Carrie Fisher, R.I.P.
But what the fuck? Like,
I know
it's so weird. Like I don't know why
the writing around because they had to write around her old footage, but it didn't come off natural.
Well, I don't know if they like had any footage of her, did they? I thought she just died pretty much after Last Jedi, and then they were shit.
There was footage. Like if you look at the trailers for The Force Awakens, there was footage where the lady with the butthole eyes
Hmm.
gave gave the lightsaber back to Leia.
Yeah.
It was there in the trailer. So I noticed how like basically they revert that image, and then they see, I don't know, but they overlaid Rey's hand as the one giving back Leia the lightsaber.
But-
And so basically they just used scenes that were cut from The Force Awakens.
I don't think that's like that wasn't all her scenes though, because they'd obviously digitally recreated her. It was an old woman. Well, yeah, it's like you said, because like every single, you can just tell. Like it's really amazing the CGI and stuff, and it's still kind of that uncanny valley a bit where you know it's not real, and it looks so real, but there's just something slightly off.
No, but I'm sure 80% of that footage was her.
But you can, you know,
But there's some bits,
like you were saying, like the way it's so,
like when she's hugging her.
No, you can tell just because like every scene she's like,
or standing there,
Leia's like stood perfectly still. She
yeah.
doesn't move. Just her lips move, and she like says her lines, and then it's like everyone else is like running.
You're running about, moving,
doing their resistance stuff, and then Leia's just like this statue in the middle of the thing. Because obviously it's so hard to animate moving things. So they obviously just got a body double in and said, "I just don't move,
stay still."
With, like they got a point on her face to like
overlay.
Yeah, Blair's face on it, and then it was just weird. She was just a statue, and it was like all her lines. Were
just like one note lines.
Yeah, it felt really weird.
Yeah. Oh man, that was because there was this bit where one of the pilots came back. It's like, oh, we haven't heard from Rey. This is that, and then it's like, what should we do? And then there was this bit where it's like, oh, Leia is like, oh, be more optimistic.
Yeah.
And I was like, that does not feel like something you would say like if someone is missing. It's like, oh, you would say, oh, like, okay, keep the radio communications open and send someone to look for them or something. But no, it's like, oh, be optimistic.
Yeah, but like it wasn't even like that. It was just
that scene should have been cut.
She just went like, General, please do me a favor. Be more optimistic. Like, you good? You right? It's like fucking robot ladies coming at me. And
yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, I think you made a good point. They should have just opened the film with her funeral or something.
Oh yeah, like I said this. Yeah,
because she was fucking pointless.
Yeah.
Like it just obviously I know they had to write around it.
Yeah.
But you could have just written it out and like started on a somber note. But they just got this weird.
But no, but she needed to do the they did the Ryan Johnson maneuver by having her call out to Kylo and then she dies because of it. When the moment where someone like the butthole lady just looked around and saw Leia just go and then someone was taking her away.
The little butthole person was like again it's a children's film but there was a super emphasis on exposition. Like everything they do was explained to the audience, and like the little butthole thing just went, she's gonna have to use all of her power
to contact Kylo. Yeah,
and it's like also that was weak as shit. I was like all throughout the film. I think the best parts of the movie are the interactions between Rey and Kylo, because they start like their force connection starts going in cool directions where they're like passing things.
Like they can transfer
things from completely different planets through the force. They're doing this kind of shit.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then in The Last Jedi, like Luke obviously comes to save the day, and then he's using his force to like create a young version of himself that just fucks up everything on that planet, and then he dies, and it's like fair enough.
He doesn't really fuck up anything. He's just dodging.
No, they all started firing on it. They're like open fire, and he goes whatever, and then like Kylo can't do shit because he starts doing all these spin. He gets into like Yoda mode, and then it's like, all right, fair enough. That would have taken a lot of force energy. I can see why he died. And then we get to Leia, and it's like she's gonna have to use all her energy, force energy here.
It's just a call.
All she does is go, Ben. And she dies.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Did that really? I don't know. Did that take that much? These two have been like Rey and Kylo have been talking to one another constantly.
Yeah, for the Force.
For the last two films, and then all Leia can go dead.
Dead.
Oh, right, cool, he's dead. What fucking.
And that was the moment where Rey like stabbed him with his own lightsaber, and it's like, oh, she got him. That's the end of the film, basically. You know.
But of course not.
No.
No one. No. That yeah.
And then she healed him there again.
I suppose that goes quite nicely onto the point. No one dies in these films ever.
Yeah, there was no one who died in this film.
Like,
yes, yeah.
Fairly early on, like you're supposed to believe that Chewie bit the dust, and it was like Rey's fault.
Oh yeah,
because you see him get.
Yeah,
that was some bullshit. Like
that was so funny. Me and you just looked at each other like,
Yeah, like, he like Chewie runs out the ship, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then like suddenly he's in handcuffs and shit. And I just heard you sit next to me go like, what? And then Finn runs off and he's like, they got Chewie, he's in the ship.
Yeah.
And, like, Rey accidentally blows up and then we're like, cool, right, fuck.
Oh.
And then they say like. They didn't even wait. It wasn't even like a reveal later on. Same fucking like cut to the next scene.
Intercut. Yeah, like the general's like, "I'll put him in the cell."
Jokes.
And then it cuts back to them. It's like, Chewie's gone.
Oh god. Yeah.
And then they're all huddled up together, like, oh, they're gonna miss him and stuff.
Yeah.
and then they go fly close to Kylo's Star Destroyer, and Rey's like, Chewie.
Yeah, no. It's not been 5 minutes. Like,
yeah.
There's nobody dies, and then even when, not just ignoring the fact that no one dies, like when anything happens, it doesn't have any weight to it at all.
Yeah.
Like the film goes at a rapid fire pace. The pacing,
especially in the beginning. Yeah.
At the beginning, yeah, the pacing's all over the place, and like
slow down.
It doesn't. It's not. It doesn't feel like scenes. It's just moments.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of like. Apart from when Leia's about, because it took her quite a while to say her lines. There's not any like consistently long scene. There's just shit going on.
Yeah,
it's just a bunch of bullshit.
Kylo flies here. Next scene, Rey's training. Next scene, Kylo sees Palpatine. Next scene, Rey and the team go out to find the dagger. Next scene, Kylo traces Rey. Next scene.
Yeah, and it's not like these aren't even. They're like 3-minute segments.
Yeah.
Like at times, like it would just. Kylo would do some like go I'm angry, and then it would cut, and then Rey running for a forest, and then cut like the commanders on the Death Star ship, whatever the fuck ever.
Yeah,
they're going, oh, we have to do some Death Star shit, and it's like, and then cut, and it's like, oh my god, man, slow down, I'm not following.
They really needed. Can we talk about when Kylo meets the Emperor?
Yeah, which like this, that's not even a spoiler because.
Is in the trailer. Yeah.
No, but also like happens at the beginning.
Yeah, straight away.
First fucking scene.
we should have like heard like people hearing Palpatine's voice or something.
I don't know why they tease it in the trailer. They're just gonna immediately say. Like I thought that was the mystery. It's like, where's this coming from? Is it actually the Emperor? It's like, yeah, it is. Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, it would have been great to see like Kylo ruling over the galaxy.
Yeah.
You know, just like him and the Knights of Ren just effing things up.
The Knights of Ren, my god.
Yeah.
What another.
We'll get to them in a bit. Right. This is just go with the Emperor first.
Emperor, yeah.
Because the scene where he's going to the Emperor, I like how it was building up where his ship just comes out of light speed and then he lands and then he ignites his lightsaber and then the music. Like, oh, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember all this. It's so fun. And then he's like, my boy, I've been every voice in your head. Yeah. But I saw the bits where it, like the moments where they show and don't tell. Like there was a bit where you could see Snoke's clones and stuff in there. I was like, oh, so the Emperor has just been puppeting Snoke.
They did tell that. He said it in his.
Did he say it?
He said it in his speech. Yeah, he said like, I created Snoke.
Oh man!
It wasn't a show not tell thing.
Oh, I forgot. I thought they just showed it.
Like literally everything's fed to you.
How dumb do they think we are?
I know. Well, again, it is for kids mainly, but. It's literally just given to you on a spoon, like everything.
But that's I hate the fact that they're just making it for kids. Like, it should be just like universal for adults.
It is universal, yeah.
No, but this has more emphasis for children.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, when we were growing up, even though we were kids, we were able to try and figure out a way to watch Terminator or RoboCop. Those films were made for adults. Yet in those times, they made toys for kids for them.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but Star Wars, like, it's supposed to be bringing in the new generation to Star Wars, isn't it? But
yeah,
like,
it
I
can.
don't think they care.
I know.
Like the only one, like in our cinema, I think there was like one kid, and the rest was all.
Oh yeah, it was
like people our age or older.
And then at the end, the dad and the son were walking behind us, and the dad's like, "Should we reenact it? Like you be the dad asking me the question."
Oh, well, when we come out. So,
yeah. Like I'll be the kid. Like,
just he walked out, and then he just goes, "Well, what do you think of that?"
I liked it.
Did you like the ending, or?
Yeah, it was okay.
Cool. It's like, geez,
no excitement.
Yeah, it's like even the kids aren't getting hyped about this shit.
Yeah.
Like, even the kids don't care.
Yeah.
At least like the prequels, they're funny now, but as a kid, I fucking loved it.
I lost my mind. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, all the lightsaber fights and
Even the kids aren't saying wow. They're just like, yeah, whatever. It was meh.
Yeah.
It was meh for a child.
Yeah.
And for an adult, it's fucking awful.
I know. Yeah.
Oh god.
Well,
Yeah.
The Emperor looked terrible as well.
Yeah.
He looked puffy and fat.
Yeah. Which I get.
He's older.
He's sort of been just hanging out under the sea or something
yeah,
for ages.
Yeah.
But actually, that's the one. Considering how much is, as I said, is spoon fed to us as an audience, and like over explained all the time. The one thing that isn't explained is how the fuck is the Emperor here? He's just sort of is.
He's just here. Yeah.
It just begins. And it's like, here he is. There we go. He's been here the whole time, and then we move on. It's like, how?
Yeah.
And they don't care to explain.
Well, here's my fan moment again. In the old extended stuff, which is not canon anymore, the Emperor like secretly built clones because he was worried that Vader wasn't gonna be like succeed him. Like Vader was too weak. So the Emperor was like, well, if I die, all my work will go to shit because Vader is not like, he's a badass, but he's not like me. So the Emperor used to just make a clone version of himself so he can transfer his spirit and essence into other things. And then when Luke defeated the Empire and stuff, there used to be books where he would go around trying to destroy the Emperor's clones before so it became more personal. That they should have went more personal with these films instead of the whole galaxy is in trouble, Star Destroyer weapon. Yeah. So to answer your question, I think that's what they like, oh, let's just use that element and say the Emperor has been cloning himself, because you got to remember the Clone Wars, the Emperor used clones to fight his battles, right? So it kind of makes sense for the Emperor to use clones to transfer his mind into another body. But it should have been more of a show don't tell moment where we could have just seen.
Well, yeah, they could have just shown it later on. Started with it.
Yeah, because we only saw Snoke. That's it. But it should have been like deformed versions of the actor's face, like in the tubes and stuff, and you know, just like not properly bred. So that's why it makes sense for the Emperor. Like he wanted Rey so he can transfer his mind into her, because he said, "Oh, strike me down, and then I'll go. This sounds wrong. I'll go inside you, and we'll rule together." I'm like, "Oh, easy, man. That's your grandchild."
Was that like? That wasn't. Why did he send Kylo off to kill her then?
It's just a contrived way of saying, "Oh, this was my plan all along to bring you here."
Bullshit. Well, it was just straight from the beginning. Though, it's just complete like. I mean, I'm gonna say spoiler alert, but we've already
spoiled it. Yeah.
Kylo Ben turns good.
Redemption. Yeah.
And then, like, obviously, they thought, like, get rid of Kylo. If he turns to the light side. Yeah. We don't have a villain anymore. And they're like, shit, what should we do? Fuck it, just bring Palpatine back. Yeah. The laziest thing ever. Yeah. It was so dumb.
The Knights of Ren should have been the villains.
Yeah, the Knights of Ren.
They should have been. Let's talk about them now.
Knights of fucking Ren.
Because they did nothing.
It was built up so much as well before. Like I remember, Abrams kept mentioning it in interviews and stuff, didn't he?
Nice
See the Knights of Ren.
The Knights of Ren are the ones who helped Kylo kill Luke's students
Yeah.
and all that. I was like,
it was saying we're finally going to see them. No, we didn't. We barely. I don't even remember seeing them really. They were in the desert.
Just show like shots of them just standing there looking at you.
And they didn't do anything. They didn't do a single fucking thing.
It would have been.
It was literally. It was another Phasma.
Yeah.
It was just
Basically.
again. I don't know how. Why is Abrams making the exact same mistakes as again?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so stupid, man.
It would have been nice to see them like set traps and catch Chewie.
Would have been nice to see him do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but like they didn't even do that. We just saw them the camera panned over and they were just stood there behind a rock.
Yeah.
So what?
That's it.
And then when in the desert, I don't think it was supposed to be like a powerful moment, but I found it quite funny. You know when Kylo crashes.
Yeah.
And then they have like their little force off.
Yeah.
And they both just stood there with their hands in the sky going.
Yeah.
And they're both just like grunting and stuff. And they're trying to like. They're both trying to.
They look constipated.
They're both trying to force this ship
down
or to continue, and they're like fighting with the force. And they're just like two people stood in the desert, like with their hands out, like some like pop star or some shit, who's slightly constipated at the same time.
Must have been awkward to film because it's like.
It's like, all right, guys, just put your hand up. Do like a little jazz hand in the sky.
Yeah, more anger on your face. Yeah.
Just like you're really, really about to have a fucking aneurysm or something. Yeah, and then that made me. I know I keep going off on tangents, but like something else that annoyed me. There were so many points where Finn was there.
Finn could have shot Kylo whilst they were doing that force thing. Yeah, I don't know why he was standing there.
He was just sort of watching that. Who's gonna win? And then the same thing. They get to the Death Star. They start fighting, and like they Finn and this random ass character. We'll talk a bit more about the random characters.
Yeah.
But like he goes on to sort of like he's like I've got to stop her. I've got to save her.
Yeah.
So they risk their lives to get over to the Death Star and like climb on it and then he does nothing again. It's like just get a little pot shot off, like do something. It's
sure,
like, just go, Ray!
Yeah.
Ray! That's it.
The ultimate friend zone.
Oh, he got friend zone so bad.
So hard.
So hard.
When they were in the desert, they were sinking, and he turns to her like, Ray, I never told you.
Yeah, even that had no payoff.
And she's like, oh, what were you trying to tell me? It's like, I'll tell you later.
Yeah, we know where it was going. It's like, oh, I love you or whatever. Yeah. But never brought up again.
Yeah.
Again, it was just something they just threw in for like fan service because people wanted Ray and Finn to kind of be a thing.
More so, like, there were some who wanted Ray and Kylo to do.
Oh yeah, a lot of people wanted the Raylo, I think they would call it. And we got that, but that felt fucking
it was forced
as well.
Yeah. I like your, like, at the end, like, when we left the cinema, like, your theory was, like, oh, possibly it was just adrenaline that they kissed each other.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I know they do have this forced connection and stuff, but there's no reason for them to have suddenly fallen in love with each other.
After what Kylo has done with their friends.
Like, he's not that easily forgiven, surely.
Yeah, he stabbed Han Solo. He nearly severed Finn's back.
He tortured Rey.
He tortured Poe.
He's been responsible for a lot of deaths. Mm-hmm. Like, he was, like, in The Force Awakens, he was the one telling, like, the stormtroopers to open fire and stuff, wasn't he?
Fire on the villagers, yeah.
And it's like, nah, it's cool now. We'll have a little kiss. It's cool just because Leia said, Ben. Yeah. And that was it. That was him. He just suddenly, I was like, cool, he's good now. I guess that's all it took.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I know some people say, oh, but Darth Vader was bad and Luke was trying to save him. But I'm just gonna say, like, yeah, Luke believed that his father could be turned to the light side.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of hard work for Luke to get there. Like, he nearly died doing it. But if you think about it, Luke is the reason why Kylo was bad in the first place.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Because Kylo had, a bad dream, and Luke was like, nah, this motherfucker needs to die. What? if Luke didn't go into that little boy's bedroom with his lightsaber.
His lightsaber drawn, right?
Drawing like, yeah, oh, you bastard. I know you're my sister's son.
What the fuck?
Oh, Ryan
ridiculous,
Johnson's
yeah.
film, like, yeah, The Last Jedi made this hard to like.
It was, they were coming from a low point.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't.
Very low.
They couldn't just write off The Last Jedi. Obviously,
Yeah.
They've tried to a lot. They've sort of explained away a lot of the problems from The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
But then it feels like Abrams trying to stuff in so much stuff that he would have liked to have done in the second film. Maybe that it's just so much stupid shit going on.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. I don't know.
That explains the pacing issues in the beginning.
Yeah, but then it's like it's just lazy writing still.
Yeah.
Like again, there's like some of the new characters they bring in.
Oh yeah, the new characters. Yeah, they didn't get enough time to explore them really.
No, again, it was just these people showed up to solve a problem,
Yeah.
and then they were just sort of there. Like
Some of the characters, I mean, they could have been cut how they were introduced. They could have been just like randoms in the background. No one would care.
yeah, like there was these first they go to that city, don't they? And then someone from Poe's past comes along, and she's happens to have
the helmet girl.
yeah, and then she has this. Oh, then she takes them to this like another the Baby Yoda type thing.
Oh yeah, the droid fixer.
Yeah, the droid fixer. That's just another gonna be a plush toy.
A toy, yeah, basically, yeah.
Who like does some shit to C-3PO, and that's kind of fun because it's almost from Poe's past. But
Yeah, we learn a bit about
Yeah.
Poe there. Yeah,
But then
like,
they go to the Death Star thing, and these people just rock up on their fucking weird donkey horse, and it's like they did not need to be there at all.
yeah.
Like I don't know what she even did.
Well, they were meant to be there like for Finn to open up a bit more because they used to be like Finn,
Yeah.
but that brings up another issue that I always had with how Abrams and Ryan Johnson wrote Finn's character. Like he's a reformed stormtrooper who said, "Oh, these are kids. They've been taken away from their families. They've been brainwashed.
Yeah.
This, and that." You would expect like a man like him to try and find other stormtroopers within the First Order who are just forced to do all these orders and like who are like just like Finn. But no, what you get? Finn going woohoo when he shoots one of his former mates down.
Yeah. His whole character never really went anywhere.
Yeah.
And, like this is obviously what they've tried to do with the donkey people.
Yeah.
When they go, oh yeah,
we used to be stormtroopers too.
Like, oh, me too.
Yeah, and then he just cuts.
Yeah, it's like all right.
Can we?
Let's explore that,
yeah.
shall we? And it's like, no.
Can we see like a camp of them? Just you know.
They would literally they did not need to be there at all. Like the next when they have there's the whole final. The ending is basically just Return of the Jedi again.
Yeah.
It's another Abrams rehash.
Yeah.
But like all the ships come from all over the galaxy and this feeling of hope as they try to destroy the Order and stuff. And like suddenly this donkey woman that they met about 5 fucking minutes ago is like suddenly, I'm not leaving you, Finn, and all this. It's like literally yesterday you met him.
Yeah.
Why do you give a shit? She doesn't care about any of her other boys.
Yeah.
Like any of her platoon or whatever. Her like
we
the
didn't
people she's been living with for ages.
We didn't even see them like die off. They just
didn't do
cut
nothing.
away.
They
Yeah.
didn't do nothing. Oh, God.
I remember saying to you like, oh, it would have been cool to see them wearing like old stormtrooper armor, but personalized, like as an FU to the First Order. It's like, nah, we're broken from your chains.
Yeah,
and,
like that'd be really cool. Just like some, I can't think of the word. Like mutiny,
like rogue
stormtroopers just doing guerrilla warfare on the Order and shit. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, like they have super awesome skills, better than the rebels.
But apparently, all they've done is they've just
came in on donkeys.
They flew to this planet and then they stayed there, and it's like, and they just rode about on donkeys, and it's like, alright, cool. What's
Finn should have like led those ground troops into the temple.
Oh god, that was some bullshit when the donkey about on top of the
they're trying to make it up.
In space now as well. Like
actually, no, they were not in space. They were just
atmosphere.
Atmosphere. Yeah, but I it would have been great. Like, Ray's fighting like the Sith followers of Palpatine or the Knights of Ren or something, like an army underground floor. And then Finn just comes in charging like Lord of the Rings style with his former buddies.
Yeah.
And then they try to fight, but obviously they're all getting slaughtered. And then Kylo could have came in.
Yeah.
And Finn may have will look confused at Kylo, but he will see Kylo holding the blue lightsaber and then going off to rescue Thingy-Mabobby.
Yeah, instead we just got... They tried again to make Finn do like the sacrifice play.
Yeah.
Like you know,
again,
Last Jedi, he gets stopped by Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
He goes, "We don't sacrifice yourself." Luckily, this time she sort of piped down. She didn't say anything.
Yeah, she was alright.
But they tried to make him do it again. Was like, "I'm staying on this ship. I'm going to blow it up," which felt like it didn't really need to be done. They could have just turned the gun around and left. But the point is, they were just trying to do it, make him do the sacrifice thing, and again, it doesn't pay off because it just gets saved again. It's like,
you know, it would have been smart. If I was one of those generals in the Star Destroyer, when I saw, they have landed ground troops on our ship.
Bombing run, man. Just
Or I'll say, Lieutenant, tilt the ship 90 degrees, please.
That's a good point. Yeah, when he goes like, stop their speeders. They're not on speeders. What are they on? And they were like, riding out on the ground. Yeah. He's like, cool.
Okay, Lieutenant, go on light speed, please.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
Just, like at the beginning, they do all that bullshit, like they're jumping between light speeds. He could have just gone, come back.
Just see Finn in space.
They're just a smear.
Oh, mate.
Man, it was just stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I can't remember what else happened. The ending was just Last Jedi.
Let's go to Rey.
Yeah.
Because that's the main focus.
I cares, man.
You know what? Her character, I like her in this film because her character struggled compared to other films.
Yeah.
Here, she like Kylo did get the best of her in some places here and there.
Oh yeah, he would have won.
Yeah.
For
Ben. Yeah. And then there was the other bit where, what was it? Like when she faced off the Emperor, she couldn't defeat him at first by herself.
That wasn't a payoff though, because like the whole thing was the Emperor's scared that she has the same power as him. Yeah. And like she does when the lightning comes out and blows up the ship. That was cool. Yeah. I thought at the end they were gonna have a lightning.
Yeah. Oh gosh. They didn't.
She just puts up a saber and was like,
yeah.
Shit. And just sort of
It would have been cool. Like Palpatine was like, "Oh, you can't defeat me," and then she turns around saying, "I'm a Palpatine, remember?" And then and then she force lightnings herself. Or she could have just forced lightning to the sky and made those other ships reboot because
like get super.
Yeah, supercharged like Super Saiyan or something. I don't know, but
yeah, no, it's just as well. Like, well, we can talk more. I don't really have anything to say about Rey. I don't care.
You don't care about Rey?
Well, I was gonna say Palpatine.
Yeah.
I did have a point. I've forgotten it. When did this suddenly become this thing where Palpatine has been like the puppet master the whole time in the background, and like he is the be all and end all of the Sith. Like all Sith energy goes into him, and he is the one that's been in control of Vader and Darth Maul and all this shit that's ever been going on. It's all because of him. When did he become this powerful? Because I remember when he got fucked up by Mace Windu.
Oh yeah.
He just sort of stood there with his lightsaber and blocked his lightning, and it was like, and he deflected it back.
Yeah, Mace could have killed him if it wasn't for
Mace
that.
fucked him up.
Yeah.
When did he become powerful enough to take on Rey and Kylo at the same time with minimal effort and to blow up like the whole sky? Yeah. It's just some bullshit. Yeah. Like he was. I always liked Palpatine because he was a Sith and he was powerful, but he was smart. Yeah, he had brains. Because of, like he's through politics and all that. Yeah. It was never about him just being this all powerful being, but now that's all he is. Yeah. He doesn't have
I think it's because the problem is Abrams, like, it's either go big or go home.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. It looks cool to him. Like, it's like the lemon and lime of Zack Snyder. Abrams, in a way.
Yeah.
Like, Zack Snyder just puts cool things in there, but he somewhat explains it why. It's that he may not like the reason, but at least he explains it.
Yeah.
Abrams is a mystery box.
They're both just. I like the lemon and lime thing. Actually.
Yeah.
It's just like they're both just throwing shit that looks cool, but like, Snyder's a bit darker and Abrams is a bit happier and cheerier, but they're still doing the same shit. It's just explosions. And yeah, it was just nothing. It was nothing out of nothing.
Yeah.
Although, actually, one more point that really pissed me off.
Right.
I mentioned, like, obviously they really want to mimic the success of the Marvel films.
Oh yeah, that's where they went wrong.
Yeah, but no one cares about these characters, so they obviously, and also no one's ever gonna die.
Yeah.
So
and the actors don't want to come back and play them.
Like, there's no weight to anything that happens. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But they were trying to like have the same sort of emotional impact that Endgame and stuff had. Yeah. Like the little bit like
when all the shits come out and it's like, oh, they're all here.
It was the exact same thing, wasn't it? And then also like a bit in Marvel I really like is when he says, well, if we lose, then we'll do that together too.
Yeah.
And they kept trying to like mimic that in this film, and about 4 times they kept. I think there's like 2 or 3 times at least where Bo said to Finn, "We'll do that together." Or some shit.
Can I add? You keep on saying Bo.
What's his name?
Poe. Bo.
Well, Poe, but he kept being like, he just would go. He for no fucking reason he just go up to Finn and go, "We're gonna do this together."
Yeah.
Like, we don't care.
Yeah, literally.
Like, we don't care at all. Like, there's no emotional weight behind this at all. Like, you're not. You want to be Marvel, but it's just not.
It's not happening.
It's just not happening, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah, it was just a waste of my time.
Yeah. And then let's talk about the because that scene, because he literally before we move on, Poe had that Iron Man moment where they were like his squadron was like, oh, what are we gonna do, General? Da, da, da. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, it's just too many of them.
Yeah.
And then someone radios 1 second later, is there?
It was like that bit with Captain America, and he was like strapping up his shield. And when I was watching the Endgame, it was like, oh shit, it was heavy, man.
Oh yeah, that was deep.
It kind of worked for a minute. I did kind of like Poe's, but when he was like, oh, man, I'm sorry,
it's over. Yeah, like
I'm sorry,
I led you all to your deaths. Yeah.
It was like there was a little bit. I was like, oh shit, okay. But then just again, anything that's even remotely cool or good, it's just ruined a second later.
Yeah. Yeah. And then because I want to just go back and say this, like when they introduced Lando.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's funny, because I was thinking to myself, like he was wearing a mask before, and then he shoots the stormtrooper, and he's like, oh come on, go, let's go this way, and he runs to the little tank thing, right, where he takes his mask off, and I was thinking to myself, you got a stunt double to do all that running, because it was like Lando is old, like he can't really run that fast. Yeah. Because later on, all the scenes you just see the actor just sitting there. He doesn't move an inch.
Also, like they brought Lando in obviously just for fan service.
Oh yeah, because you know how they ruined the original like trio of characters. Like none of them met.
Bringing another one.
Because all of them are dead.
But like the thing I like when he took his helmet off, I heard 1 or 2 people in the audience go like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah.
I thought he looked cooler before he took his helmet off.
Oh,
when he rocked out and he had his little crossbow, I was like, "Oh, this might be
like a new nice character here."
Yeah, but no, it's just Lando. No offense to him.
But what was he doing there? Like
I don't know.
That's not his planet.
What was anyone doing anyway?
Yeah,
he was just fucking doing bullshit.
Because Lando was supposed to be like the big guy in the sky planet we see at the end of the film. You know that where the Star Destroyer, where they used to go and where basically where Luke got his hand cut off.
Right.
Yeah,
Cloud City.
Cloud City.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be Lando's domain.
Yeah.
So it would have made more sense for them to go there.
Yeah, why was he just maybe
Not in the desert?
Maybe he was just there for the desert party, in which case fair enough.
Yeah,
He
but
just wanted to get his rocks off.
just
but-
chilling. Yeah.
And then he just happened to stumble into them.
It would have been better if, like, okay, if, Poe sends off people to say, okay, go and find someone. Like, it could have sent the Asian girl who crashed into Finn in the second film. I forgot her name. Rose Tico. That he said, okay, Rose, like, you need to help us. Go and find whoever you can to help us fight the Sith order, right? She could have went around.
Yeah, it would have been nice to give us something.
Yeah. That could have been a mission, and then like we could have just had like 5 minute segments where, or just a 5 minute of runtime of her going to one place, and people are like, nah, we don't want to help you. Because look, those stormtroopers are killing my family. Yeah. And then when she's nearly caught, she's saved by Lando, and say, "Oh, I've been looking for you guys for a long time." And then she's like, "Who are you?" And then he smiles, and then we cut later on where Poe is like,
just cut to them smashing.
it's like
going up.
I love it when one of the guys when Lando says to Poe, like, "Son Leia, my love."
Yeah.
She's single now.
Yeah. No, I was thinking like, oh shit.
It was like,
they've been like,
he's like, oh, Han is gone now, and he's like, yeah.
like, Ben's born and he's just like half black.
Hey Ben, they never really told you who your real daddy was.
You need to start asking questions.
Ask question, yeah. But yeah, but that would have been cool. Like when Poe was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we all led to your deaths," and then Rose like, "Not necessarily," and then she came in with Lando.
Like that whole bit was just a rehash of Endgame and etc. But yeah, because they did just send Lando off to do that. Rose did nothing at all.
Yeah.
Which I know people didn't like her in The Last Jedi, but it felt kind of harsh to sideline her entirely.
Yeah.
Like she could, like you said, if she'd been doing that from the beginning, like trying to rebuild the rebellion, then that would have made more sense when they finally showed up.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they literally sent Lando off about 10 minutes of screen time ago, and then he just appears back with the whole fucking galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's no impact again because we've been given no indication at all. They go to one city where the Order's doing raids on people's houses for some reason. Don't really know why. But like, apart from that, there's no indication of any sort of oppression in the galaxy at all. Like, these people show up out of nowhere, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why and how?
Well, what's the point? Yeah, like you already won.
Like, it doesn't even seem like the Order doesn't really seem to be doing anything.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And again, like, the story again, it was just another Star Destroyer situation.
Yeah.
Where like suddenly they go from Death Star to Death Planet to a whole fleet of ships that
planet
all have
killers,
have planet killing capabilities. And I was like, oh my god, why? Why is this all they want to do?
Yeah.
They just want to blow up planets, and I don't really get it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it was at least funny when the ships like their cannons came out.
Yeah,
and they looked
very phallic,
very penisy.
Yeah.
Like they sort of just dropped out of the bottom. Like, you know, like when a dog gets like that pink rocket comes out of it and his bottom. It looked like that.
Yeah.
Like these like quivering boners just came out the bottom of the. And then they're all like, "Quickly, we gotta hit the undersack." It was weird, man.
Yeah.
And then it shot the planet like a drop of piss. Very phallic.
Yeah. You know what?
That was at least funny, though.
You know, it would have been a good idea. Instead of planet destroying, it should have been, because in one of the old games before they made it non-canon, the old Sith Emperor before Palpatine, he had a plan where he wanted to be immortal, but the price to pay, like, you needed like souls to be sacrificed.
Right.
So it's like a bit like how Rey like heals people, but her life is drained because of it, right? Which is stupid anyway.
That's stupid, yeah.
That's more of like a Sith type of power than a Jedi anyway. It should have been Emperor Palpatine. His mega plan was to be immortal.
Yeah.
Because his body's shriveling, or his clone body's shriveling away. So it should have been like, oh, the ritual was to use Rey as a catalyst in a way to kill all life in that galaxy so that the Emperor can become a god.
Well, to get them to bring... That's why he wanted them all in that same place.
Yeah.
Right.
So the end game was not to rule the galaxy. The end game was for Palpatine to become a god. And he's trying to trick Kylo. So we could have just got rid of the planet destroying things.
Yeah, maybe that is what was going on.
Yeah, so, but,
know.
I mean, it just Palpatine just wanted to be Emperor again. That's it, which is a lame reason. It should have been more like, you know, the bit where he's draining some of their life essence and becoming a bit whole. It should have been like, okay, I'm going to do this on a wide scale.
Yeah.
You know, imagine just Palpatine like draining the life of the fighters at the top, and just see some of the actors just becoming old and shriveled. And then he says to Rey, "With you, I can just do this to everyone, and then I'll be the last one remaining."
Yeah.
And then that would have been like, okay, now shit's about to hit the fan.
Yeah. Like, villains are hard to write.
Yeah.
But it's always so stupid. It's like, why does everyone want to rule Ashes? Like, they go around, they destroy everything. It's like, yeah, I'm king of the whole universe now. There's no fucking universe left. You've blown everything up.
Yeah.
So I don't see what the appeal is. Or, like, if he wants to take everyone's life essence, so he's the only one left. It's a bit fucking lonely, isn't it?
I know. But it's better than planet-destroying weapons, because if you just destroyed all the planets that hate him...
Either way, it's just stupid. It's just like, why?
Oh, yeah.
You're just... I don't understand why they brought Palpatine back as if he's like this amazing villain. He's just evil for the sake of being evil.
Yeah.
And then, like, that's not a good villain, but to Abrams, that was obviously like, oh, let's bring him back, everyone loves him, he's so good, he's such a good villain. No, he's not. He's really not. He's really... Like, I like when he was a politician, but now he's just completely one-dimensional, and it's just boring.
Yeah.
And also I'm upset that we didn't get to see Dark Rey.
We only saw her for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And that was terrible.
And
like,
even that was the same thing as when Luke goes into that cave and then Vader's there, and it's like, oh, it's you.
Yeah.
And then, like, that whole bit back in that film, that whole bit was weird. Like, it completely stopped dead the flow of like the way the film was going. It comes out of nowhere, and it just kind of felt out of place, and it was weird. And like the flow of the film just completely comes to a screeching halt. Why do it again?
So you didn't like it when Luke went into the cave?
Nah, because it's.
I liked it because
I liked what they were saying.
Yeah.
But like the way it was done, it was just like I said. It really just. The pacing just completely comes to a standstill for about 2 minutes. It's like, all right.
I think it was more done to give audience time to think about what happened. I get why
it was done, but like it just wasn't done well. And Abrams has done the exact same thing. He's like, cherry picked these bits from the other films and rehashed them, and they're not even that good.
Yeah.
I get it if you were thinking, all right, these films were absolutely phenomenal. Let's try and redo that, but like. They weren't that amazing. Yeah. It was just...
You're not going to leave an impression on anyone because, like, say you want about the prequels, at least they left an impression on people and the kids.
Yeah.
But these ones, like, it's like, oh, yeah, these are just another sequel films.
They're so bland.
Yeah.
Ain't no spice.
Lemon and herb.
Yeah.
Barely.
It's plain chicken.
Should we talk about the ending and wrap it up?
Yeah, right.
When Rey turns, because you thought, oh, the title Rise of Skywalker is Ben climbing up.
Yeah, like that was funny. Like the whole Rise of Skywalker, I thought it's gonna be the Rise of Ben. Obviously.
Yeah.
And then he kind of gets yeeted away by Palpatine and falls down this cave, and then Rey and Palpatine have their show off, and then it looks like Rey's dead, and then suddenly we see Kylo's hand come up as he climbs things.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fucking hell, is that really... This is the Rise of Skywalker? He climbed out of a pit?
Yeah. I didn't like it when... Well, I could have liked it. It's just... it felt lazy how she turned around and said, like, that an old woman came up to her. It's like, oh, no one has been here for years.
Oh, that is, oh, the end, the end. Like,
yeah.
I kind of had amnesia after this film.
Oh, yeah.
I pretty much erased it from my mind immediately after leaving. But
The Skywalker house.
Yeah.
Where it all began.
Yeah.
And then Rey comes in and it's like, oh, no one has been here for years. Who are you?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that was lazy. That was contrived again.
And then
oh, God.
She turns around and she's like, I'm Rey. And it's like, Rey who? And then you see the force ghosts of Leia and Luke in the desert. And then it's like, Skywalker.
Rey Skywalker. And it's like, ah, cool.
And then she walks off into the sun in slow motion. BB-8.
Yeah. Like, I get what they were. I didn't mind the message. Again, it was like in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, the whole thing with, what's he called? Yukon or something? The blue guy.
In Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, the blue guy.
The thing on his head.
The whistling man.
Oh, yeah. I forgot his name.
Like,
yeah.
that thing in Guardians 2 when he's like, he might have been your father,
but he ain't your daddy.
And he's like, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same message they were going for. Like, it doesn't matter that she is a Palpatine. You know, the Skywalkers were kind of her almost like
her family. Yeah. Which
and
made
that was nice. But again, it was like, it was just such a sledgehammer way of doing it. It was like, and also when it happens, like, it felt, as I said, like when the Force Ghosts came up.
Yeah.
When she says, "What's your name, Rey?" and then Leia and Luke arrive.
Standing.
It didn't really hit home right because the way they came up together, it was almost like I'm the incestuous product of Leia.
Yeah, the little like, that's her mum and that's her dad.
Yeah, it was weird.
Which even made it worse when she kissed Kylo.
Yeah, well, it's fine.
Yeah, put in that context. But you know,
in that context, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's like,
you know, it would have been better if Kylo appeared with them.
I thought maybe he was gonna appear with them,
like Kylo, Obi-Wan, Mace,
or at least Han and Ben as well.
Yeah, Han, yeah. Mace Windu, all the Jedi, the Master Yoda.
Not in the desert. I know you wanted that to happen earlier.
Oh yeah, when they were all cut facing, yeah. But we're keeping this in. I think that's our time to wrap up, guys.
Yeah, I suppose. That's just that one last bit though, when like all the voices come out and go, Rey, you can do it.
Yeah, Rey. This is your last step.
You, Rey.
Fear, young one. Yoda come in. Yeah.
What's going on? And then like all the fucking that bit. It was alright, but again, it was just fan service moment.
It wasn't.
I know you wanted them all to like appear as ghosts behind her.
Yeah.
But that would have been some Harry Potter shit.
At that point, why not? The film is so bland, Stuart. Why not?
Yeah.
Have some corny moments. Put some cheese.
It's got enough corny moments.
No, I mean, that's Star Wars corny.
It does have Star Wars corny.
It doesn't have Star Wars corny.
Hope. If enough people have hope, we can do this.
No, man, that's bland
the same
corny.
Message we got all the time.
That's corporate corny.
I know it's corporate corny. That's Disney corny.
But George Lucas done it in a way where he's like, yeah, but that's George, isn't it?
Yeah.
But this one is just like Abrams trying to copy and paste.
It's just bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bland. That's the best way to sum up not just this film, but the whole Rey trilogy.
Yeah.
It's bland. Ain't no seasoning at all.
Ain't no seasoning.
not even salt and pepper.
I mean, it had moments of taste, but the blandness overpowered it.
Every once in a while you go, but then it would sort of dissolve to ashes in your mouth.
Well, hashtag. Well, if I were to review it,
if you were to sum it up in 3 words,
it fell flat.
Okay, cool. Contrived, lazy, and boring. That's how I would sum up The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
What the fuck was it? What's it even called? Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
Fucking waste of my time.
Yeah.
But hopefully it'll kill off Star Wars.
No.
Just let it die.
Well,
it's already dead.
Rian Johnson, you got what you wanted now.
Yeah, he did. Fair play. Well done, Ryan. Just the biggest troll
Ever.
has destroyed the biggest franchise known to man.
Yep. Bye, folks.
Oh, that was cool. I liked it.